We're live from Chevy Chase.
Grab that second cup of coffee because it's time for our morning chat, and today we're celebrating National Barbecue Day. And we're doing it with one of the best around. It's Red State BBQ. And joining us today with some of their mouth-watering items, we've got David Carroll, he's the owner. We've got Abby Clifton, who's in charge of catering. So yes, they cater, in case you didn't know that. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I wish people could smell how good this set smells right now. But how long has Red State been around, and where does it get its name from?
Well, we're coming up on 10 years. It'll be 10 years in October. I'm sorry, 15 years in October.
Wow.
The name comes from the original owner. He was trying to figure out what to name the restaurant. And he and a buddy were sitting and they were watching the midterm elections. This was 2010. And so the map comes up with the blue and the red, and he turns to his buddy and he says, "You ever notice how all the good barbecue comes from the red states?" And so there it was, and so he ran with it.
It's a great name, yes.
Well, and if somebody hasn't eaten at your location, and I can't imagine who that would be, or had your food, talk about the offerings that you guys serve.
Sure. Well, we offer pork, brisket, chicken, ribs, smoked. We have our wings, which are fantastic. They're smoked and flash fried. And then also we offer sausage. And then the picnic sides, like some of the stuff that we have here, which is potato salad, the mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is a very popular side for us because it's just thick and rich, those big shells. And then the green beans, coleslaw, and baked beans.
You can't go wrong. That's our question of the day, is which do you prefer, potato salad or baked beans? Do you have a favorite?
Well, my wife's recipe is the potato salad, so I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
I love your potato salad.
And it looks really good. Yes.
Now, you also have all kinds of sauces. Talk about the sauces you have.
Yeah, well, we started out originally that we had 3 sauces, and so we had the Memphis Sweet and Carolina Mustard and Texas Spicy. But then as things evolved, you know, we'd have, I remember one time we had somebody that came off the interstate and stopped at the restaurant, and they were from North Carolina, so they wanted a vinegar base. So the next thing you know, my wife's family is from North Carolina, and we end up with a vinegar base, right? And so things just evolved, and then we have the white sauce. Of course, with the bourbon being such a major feature in the state of Kentucky, we had to have a bourbon, so that's a Kentucky small batch.
Nice.
And then, you know, so everything's just kind of expanded from there. You know, we have one that's a little spicy, and that's called Taproom Fire. And then one of the newest ones that we've just added, this is, we're calling it South Carolina Honey Mustard. So we've taken the South Carolina, adding some mustard to, some honey to that, and so that's where that one's coming from.
And you can pick these up in grocery stores, too. Talk about that.
Yeah, so at Kroger and Liquor Barn, we're in the Kentucky Proud section. We're at Critchfield's over on Southland Drive. We're even up as far as Cincinnati and Fairfield up there at Jungle Gems.
I love Jungle Gems.
Yeah, and
yes.
Publix is obviously expanding into the Kentucky market. So we're in Lexington and Louisville, and they're going to be adding stores as we go along.
I mean, you're just conquering the world with your sauces and your barbecue.
One grocery store at a time.
That's right. Abby was saying you could ship all of this stuff too, so it's awesome. And you know, Memorial Day is coming up, 4th of July, summer's here. We don't want to be in the kitchen cooking, and you all are doing that for us. Talk to us about your catering.
Yeah, so catering's blown up the past couple years. We'll do office events, weddings, just regular carry out. We do delivery and setups. We'll have servers. I mean, this weekend alone, we've got about 300 to 350 pounds of meat and 5 weddings that we're doing.
Wow. What is the biggest amount of people you all have served?
We had one event that was a work event, was 550 people.
Wow, that's a lot of cooking.
Yeah.
Now, this was before Abby, but we did Southland Christian Church on Richmond Road, 1,500 people.
Wow.
So that was wild. That was a
So
lot of
if you can handle that event, you can handle, you know, Lee's get together at her house. Next weekend. Sure.
Just reach out to me, I got you.
we got you covered.
How far in advance should people book that for catering?
Usually it just depends. So I always say 48 hours is plenty enough time, but your big weekends, obviously they're a little bit busier. I usually say about a month's notice.
Okay.
Well, I love visiting you guys in person too. Remind everybody where you're located.
Restaurant is located at 4020 Georgetown Road. It's just on the right, sits in front of an old motel, a very lovely old motel. But, and we also have our catering commissary, which is now up the road from the restaurant, closer into Lexington, and that's at 1045 Georgetown Road, Suite A3.
Okay.
All right. Well,
thank you guys.
Get out and celebrate National Barbecue Day today, or any day, and you can do that at Red State BBQ. All of the information is up on the screen.